Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. It's Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday night. Super Team of Sports here with y'all tonight, man. I'm one half of it. Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian. Here with my partner in crime, my main man, the 6 foot and on the post-up champ. Tell him who you are. You got pump face for him tonight.
Pump face for him tonight. What's good, good people? It's your boy, Uncle Hate, the other A in AA Sports. I got this hood on. I'm dressed in black because I got issues and concerns with my team, cuz. Issues and concerns.
Well, we definitely gonna get to those. Again, people, of course, we're gonna recap week 3 of the NFL season. Also, we're gonna talk a little basketball as well. And we got our Power 5, of course, coming up later on. We'll rank our top 5 teams in the league as of week 3. A lot of crazy shit happened this week. So
call it what you told me it was. What was Sunday?
What did I say? I'm trying to remember.
Trap game Sunday.
Oh yeah, welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Again, we're gonna hop right on into it. First topic, y'all know what time it is. In the club, free before 10 with y'all broke asses. It's open bar.
Yeah. It wasn't open bar for them folks in New England Sunday.
Right. Speaking of open bar and pouring up drinks, the New England Patriots spokesman had to come out and apologize because on this past Sunday, they had a little a water issue. They ran out of bottles of water, basically, or they were somewhere else. They couldn't get to them right away, what have you. But they were charging folks $4 and $5 for cups of tap water. All right. Yes, you heard me correctly. $4 to $5 for a cup of tap water. This is the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are had the second highest value worth-wise all the NFL franchises. $3.7 billion this team is worth, and they are serving fans tap water and charging them for it.
Because they said it was hot as hell up there Sunday. And they were charging $4 to $5 for tap water.
Hey, I wonder if it was, it's New England. I ain't never been to Boston. How hot can it really get? It can't compare to the South heat.
They were talking like 85 degrees.
Ooh, 85. Okay.
And a lot of people, and you charging $5 for tap, cuz.
I wonder if it was a case that I'm about to pass out or something. They should have just gave it to them.
They should have just plugged up a water hose. Get it how we used to live when we were little kids.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Before all this bottled water frenzy took place, everybody drunk out from the tap, man, from the faucet. So
cold water. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
And ain't nothing wrong with it. Sometimes when I go to restaurants, I request tap water.
Straight up.
Sometimes I do. But I know it's weird, but sometimes I do. I just like the taste of it. Again, that's what we grew up on. So, I like bottled water too.
That's because you a wild animal.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. Yeah, sometimes then the waitresses be looking at me funny, too. Like, did he just order tap? Yeah, I did. Bring me the bottle. But that's neither here nor there. Very funny, very funny. So, New England, man, y'all do better, man.
Shout out to them players. This week, we talked about it Saturday. We had a special Saturday show because your boy Uncle Hate was not available this past week, but, work obligations come up. That boy 45 laid down the gauntlet, and we said right here that the protests would increase on Sunday. Well, they did. And it's on you, 45. Shout out to them players for stepping out there and, stepping up for what Cap laid out there a year ago. Now, them owners, I don't think they were out there for Cap's reasons. I think they were out there on there. Hold up, wait a minute. Don't get up and lead the damn games and don't change the channel.
Right. Some of those statements that some teams released were very weak. Some, a little bit stronger than others. But at the end of the day, as an owner, you kind of in a tough position with this one because, we talk off the air with friends of ours, and I think we've mentioned it a couple times on the show. People think it's just people who've been talking about boycotting because Cap not having a job. Nah, it's a lot of people on the other side that are boycotting, and they're much more serious about it. They're going after the sponsors and whatnot.
It's bigger than that, people. At this point, I don't think it got shit to do with Cap having a job. And if y'all not watching the NFL because Cap ain't got a job, what if they hire Cap next week and cut him the week after? It's a little bit bigger than that at this point, to me at least.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is itself that Cap was trying to bring to attention was always bigger than any one individual or bigger than football, basketball, or any sport. You know what I'm saying? It was never about that. But, you know, you have the opposing side want to hold on to this narrative that the Cap and the NFL players just want to disrespect the military and disrespect the flag. Doesn't matter how many times they come out and say that it's not about that. You have certain people that are still going to hold on to that narrative because it fits their agenda. So, you know, those two, I think I heard Louis Riddick on ESPN this morning say it best. And I've said it myself, and I know you have too. It just comes down to a couple of things. Either you don't care because it don't affect you, or you just simply like the way that things are, and you don't want. You don't want the things to change and get better for some people. You want to keep it status quo. So it's not about Cap or anybody else, man. They want to keep things just the way that they are. Change is not an option. It's all about America, man.
This boy 45 has divided. I'm pretty sure we can both agree football is America's sport. It ain't basketball or baseball at this point. I mean, he pretty much split the country down the middle. It was never about the flag. And to do this at this point, this is what y'all want, America. Well done.
Right. So to wrap this up, well, I guess for this episode,
yeah.
Now what the owners do? You got one side saying, "Hey, if you don't cater to our demands, we're gonna boycott." You got the other side saying, "Hey, if you cater to their demands, we're gonna boycott." If you don't make them get up from kneeling, so it's a no-win situation at this point. And hey,
I should have told you earlier that money sound effect, because you're not gonna get me to believe that these cats who gonna pay for season tickets gonna get their ass up and walk out that damn stadium because somebody kneeled for the national anthem. You're not gonna get me to believe that.
I mean, I don't know how much of an indication, Twitter is. You should read some of these threads that are out here. DirecTV has come out today, just in the last few hours, and said that all of a sudden, they are now going to let people cancel their NFL Sunday ticket subscriptions and get refunds if they just simply call in and cite that they're doing it because of the protest.
You know what I want to know? I want to know how many of those cancellations come in December. That's what I want to know. Because you don't need that shit past December because it's playoff time. So,
right. I mean, no, they're saying as of immediately right now. I mean, you got people who are doing it like right now. So, who have already done it. So it's just funny to me how, the whole time there's been protests going on, and then all of a sudden we get one group protesting, and all of a sudden now things are getting done. It's just, that's just funny to me.
Let's get off that because it's gonna be what it's gonna be. At the end of the day, y'all gonna do what y'all think is best. All the boy wanted was for the folks to stop shooting people and killing them. That's all he wanted.
No, man, he never said that. It's about the flag.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, good people. We are into week 3. Week 3 of the NFL season. We run down these scores real quick. All right, we talked about the Rams. They beat the 49ers 41-39. Falcons beat Detroit. Saints beat the Panthers. Baltimore got their ass whooped by the Jaguars. Broncos went to Buffalo and lost. Pittsburgh lost to Chicago. Browns beat the Colts. The Tampa Bay Bucks lost to the Minnesota Vikings. Texans lost to the Patriots. Dolphins lost to the Jets. Giants lost to the Eagles. Seattle lost to the Titans. Cincy lost to Green Bay. Boy, they pissed the bed on that game. Kansas City beat the Chargers. Raiders, they didn't even show up to the Redskins. And the Cowboys and the Cardinals. That was a good game last night. Very good game last night.
Yeah, we had a lot of good football games this week. A lot of upsets, a lot of underdogs coming to play. A lot of people pissing the bed. So just goes to show, we talked about the first couple of weeks. It really takes a good 4 to 5 games before you can really get a good handle on these teams and what they're going to do. because a couple of these teams we thought were dead in the water. For instance, I'll take the Giants. I didn't see their offense clicking that soon after just 1 week. They kind of did a 180. They still got some room to go, but they were at least being productive this go around. So probably.
I got a question for you. That boy Odell said he a dog. What type of dog is he?
Well, what's the one of them little big feisty dogs?
Yeah, Chihuahua.
Something like that. Now he put on. I want to say it was on Twitter. That was in direct response to 45.
I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it at all.
Man,
he said it, and that's my opinion, but I didn't believe it when I heard it. I mean, Odell's a beast. At the end of the day, you leave him one-on-one out there with somebody, he gonna do what he do. But let me ask you this: who's the big homie on the Giants that's gonna step to him? Is there a big homie?
I mean, they have Eli take him to the side every now and then. There's got to be somebody on defense. I mean, who was it? I'm trying to think who was it when he was over there fighting the kicking net last year?
Nobody. Justin Tuck. Go on, Sean.
Damn, not Justin Tuck.
That's the only person I can think of. I mean, JPP.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know too much about the dynamics of that particular locker room, so I'm not sure.
What'd you think about the dog celebration?
I thought it was funny.
Okay.
I thought it was funny. I didn't know exactly where he was going. I didn't know whether he was saying that he's shitting on the other team like a dog, or I don't know where he was going with it. But I thought it was kind of entertaining. Yeah.
Oh, you don't know what you're gonna get from Odell. I know one thing: ain't nobody on that team that can control him.
Right. I mean, for the celebration wise, as far as the celebrations, Odell is like the new Chad, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The minute they lifted the restrictions off of it, I already knew that he was going to be one of them cats that was going to have some entertaining touchdown celebrations. Him, Travis Kelce. I mean, they already was practicing their celebrations last year within the rules. So now you loosen the rules up and you give them even more leeway.
Sad part is, I ain't even think about Odell. Maybe Thriller, some more of that Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
He's normally not too bad, but
yeah,
ain't nobody gonna check him. All right, it's 5 games on the sheet that are in bold. Out of all these are the trap games that I consider, which one of them 5 surprised you the most? I know which one surprised me.
Oh, so I was wondering. Okay, I thought the ones in bold are what we looking at, the trap games.
Yeah. I know which one surprised me. Which one surprised you?
I mean, shit, all 5 of them.
That Baltimore game, though.
That one was probably the most surprising. But at the same time, if you throw in the fact that, the London game, the London and that fact, that particular part of it, Jacksonville, for whatever reason, always plays good when they go over there.
Seems like they go every year, it seems like.
Right. I mean, this ain't the first time you have teams that go over there and for whatever reason lay eggs. Good teams. So I don't know, but yeah, that one was definitely surprising. The Jets and the Dolphins, that's high up there on the list too.
They were supposed to go 0-16.
Right. And here they are getting the win before my Niners.
Wow. Well, that helps y'all.
So, I mean, all those games. I mean, the way that the Raiders came out and laid the egg against the Redskins. I think Marshawn.
We're gonna talk about them later, but yeah, that was some sucker shit there.
Yeah, I mean, we know the Steelers had their road problems every year, but I didn't see them going up to Chicago and losing. I mean, Tyrod, Buffalo getting thrashed by Tyrod. I mean, there was a lot of crazy shit this week. My picks look like trash.
Man, he couldn't call that shit. Ain't nobody see where that was going. I mean, I thought the Broncos would have had a game with them. They gave up 26 points to Tyrod Taylor. 26?
But hey, it was one of those weeks.
I didn't put this as a trap game, but Case Keenum got in Tampa Bay's ass.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on with that game because I was only flipping through maybe about 3 or 4 games, and that wasn't one of them. But come to find out, Tampa Bay had a lot of injuries on defense. A lot of people didn't play. Okay. So I was like, okay, that kind of make a little more sense. Doesn't excuse that offense putting up or doing next to nothing. I know I saw about 10 or 12 Jameis highlights from throws. He ain't learned yet.
Jameis liked to throw the ball to the other team.
Some of the shit he was doing on Sunday was just like, I'm talking triple, quadruple coverage.
But the funny thing about the situation with Jameis though, he gonna be up for a deal soon. What choice they gonna have? They gonna have to pay him.
Yep.
He'll be the highest paid quarterback whenever his deal is up, and they ain't got no damn choice.
Yep, but I mean, they got some time. They got a couple years before they have to do that. So.
Yeah, we'll talk about them on Thursday because they got New York coming in. All right, let's go to the game breakdowns. We're gonna start with the first one: the Falcons and the Lions. I want to say I hit you Sunday and said to you, this might be the Falcons' year because they're getting all the bounces this year. They should be 1-2. Easily 1-2 this year.
Yeah.
Detroit had every chance possible to win that game on Sunday. Every chance possible, but they didn't get it done.
They lost it in only a fashion Detroit can lose in.
Right. Did you think his knee was down?
Yeah, he was down. I was telling one of my buddies that worked at Coach Football, it's a good coaching opportunity for young players that particular play because the Falcons guy, I can't remember who it was. Was it Deion Jones? I'm not sure who ended up touching Golden Tate down. But if he's not on that play, if he would have gave up on that play, then Golden Tate would have been in the end zone because, the knee was down before, but if he wasn't touched, he would have just rolled in.
Right.
That dude hustling and getting that you know what I'm saying, getting that hand on that shoulder before he crossed that line.
Saved him a touchdown.
Gave them a win. So keep hustling. But that's not 2 weeks in a row, but
2 out of 3.
Games 3 that it came down to the 1-yard line. And those are games in the past that, the Falcons normally would choke on and lose. So they getting some good fortune. Here. So
they got a running game. Devontae did what he did. Over 100 yards total offense, 1 TD. Matt Ryan had 3 picks, but I think all of them were tip balls. I believe.
Was the pick 6 a tip ball?
I believe that was the tip.
Okay.
Darius Slay had 2 on him. But he still had 294 yards, 2 TDs. He was only sacked twice. But they got a lot of weapons, man. It's like and Julio had a solid game with 7 balls for 91 yards off 12 targets. But you got a lot to contend with this offense. A lot. Because if you take him away, then you got to deal with Mo Sanu. Then you got to deal with Justin Hardy. Then you got to deal with Tevin Coleman, Devontae Freeman.
Taylor
Gabriel. People, I think you said it last week.
Austin Hooper.
Right. I want to say you said it last week. If that game for the NFC Championship is in the Mercedes-Benz Dome,
trouble.
Y'all better get some losses on them. Better.
Because you look at some of the areas that the Falcons. First of all, they had 3 turnovers and still put up 30 points.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They totally dominated the game statistically in some areas. Let me see. They were 2 of 4 in the red zone. Detroit was 1 of 3. Atlanta had 3 turnovers, so they lost that. But they won the time of possession, 32 to 27 minutes, and they won the third down margin. Atlanta was 4-9, and Detroit was only 3 of 13. I think we talked about that.
I saw that Matthew Stafford mark the money. It don't seem like Detroit had the ball at all in the first half, like at all. So Atlanta controlled that ball in the first half, controlled it. Stafford
had 26. They had 26 first down. So when you can do that and you converting on third down, you good. The offense is balanced. There were questions. I know I had questions. How was Sarkisian going to run this offense? So far, so good.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, at the end of the day, these are the games they used to lose, but they got it done. So 3-0 is 3-0. That's all that matters.
All day.
We come down to my team.
Yeah, we are Saints and the Panthers. You told me I was smoking crack, and I told you that Saints was gonna come in there and win.
I didn't say you smoking
I'm
crack.
sorry, you said I was being disrespectful.
I said you being disrespectful, but they don't went in there and won before.
Yeah.
I got this hood on. I'm feeling the type of way. I got a question, actually, and I need you to keep it 100 with me. Tell me a quarterback playing worse than Cam Newton right now.
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer's playing better than him right now.
That was one game. That was one game. Shit. I mean, if you want to say all 3 games, I mean, I can find one. Just give me. I mean, if you want to give me a second, Joe Flacco.
You serious?
Hey man, I'm just throwing out names, man. Let me see. I'll find one. Hold on, give me a minute.
Cause Cam don't look like hot shit.
Andy Dalton.
Possibly. That's about it.
I mean, shit, out of the starters, outside of like rookies and people that you ain't expecting much of anyway, out of Deshaun Kaiser, Jacoby Brissett, some of them type guys. But no, I get what you're saying. Out of the guys that are supposed to be, I'm saying elite, but that top 15 and up, those guys, yeah, he's probably playing the worst out of those guys.
Because if you look at the numbers,
too hot either though.
What's up?
Ben not playing too hot either.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about him in a second because he made some sucker moves I didn't care about. But if you look at the numbers, we really weren't that far off as far as team stats. This was Cam. This game falls on him. They had 21 first downs. We had 18. We had more total plays. We was right behind them in total yards. We only had 5 yards in penalties. This was Cam. I said that last week, and I said it plain as day. I said, we're winning, but this is the weakest 2-0 I can recall.
Right.
Is he hurt? He don't look good at all.
I mean, he didn't play any preseason.
Nah, one series.
Coming off the shoulder. Yeah, he out there, but he's not being productive. So it's going to take him probably. You probably won't see the Cam we used to until sometime in October. He's going through his preseason basically now.
Right now.
You know what I'm saying? He's just doing it on the clock.
Right. I agree.
I think they need to lean on the running game a little bit more. I think maybe they are falling too much in love with the new toy in McCaffrey.
You see that usage they giving him the first 3 weeks?
Right. I would lean on Jonathan Stewart a little bit more. I mean, somewhere around 15 to 20 carries as opposed to what do you have this
12 carries.
12, 57 yards. I mean, that's efficient. That tells me you should give him the ball a little bit more.
I think we got behind in that game on Sunday. But Cam cannot he cannot turn the ball over 3 times to Drew Brees and keep that defense on the field and expect a good outlook. It doesn't work that way. Right. It just doesn't.
And then also keep in mind, he's missing the security blanket in Greg Olsen.
Lost another one Sunday.
Benjamin went out first quarter. So what does that leave you weapon wise on the receivers? Devin Funchess and what?
Ed Dixon got probably the second worst hands in the league behind Eric Ebron to me. But we got the 2. Sweet Jesus. What I'm gonna go ahead and take this on the chin. What New England gonna put on us on Sunday?
The game in Boston too, right?
Yep.
Y'all still got corner problems, right?
That's okay.
Yeah, all right. What the Saints put up on y'all? 34?
You say 50, I'm about to log off this show.
Nah, they'll show up with some pride. It's gonna be 30 to 35 though. Because you're missing too many weapons.
Too many.
You know what I'm saying? You're missing too many weapons. Now, only thing New England has to do, or any team playing y'all right now, put 8-9 in the box.
Get ahead, get 14 points up, and make Cam throw.
Right.
You're gonna lose.
And dare Devin Funchess to beat you on the outside.
Bless my heart. It's all good.
Hey, at the end of the day, you're 2-1.
We'll be 500 after Sunday, but I can live with it.
Oh, okay. Well,
they said Benjamin might play Sunday.
Yeah, I think they say he avoided major injury, so that's good. But no, y'all mean.
But everybody is healthy against New Orleans. Everybody. We're supposed to shred them up.
And I think you would have if you have a healthy quarterback that didn't have shoulder surgery and had a preseason and you had all of your weapons. Yeah, I think I definitely would have beat them.
Now, my center didn't start, and Cam got sacked 4 times in that game, but I digress.
Oh, okay, I didn't even know that. I didn't watch y'all's game, so.
Yeah, Ryan Khalil didn't start.
Yeah, so for everything going wrong, for y'all to still be 2-1 when basically the entire league is 2-1, you only got 2 undefeated teams left, Kansas City and Atlanta. Y'all fine.
Yeah, we'll get there. All right, New England played the Houston Texans. Boy, I wanted Deshaun Watson to win this damn game so bad. I wanted him to. He did what he could, but it just didn't work out. Tom Brady's pretty good, cuz. He's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I was surprised that Houston was able to put up that many points and keep this game as close as they did.
Right.
Tom Brady threw 5 touchdowns. They didn't run the ball worth a damn.
But have you seen him get touched that many times in a game? Like recently? He got sacked 5 times.
Shit, last year when they played the Texans in the playoffs, they was touching him, wasn't they?
You know what? They seem to have a good beat on him, but they got to have points on the board.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say one of my chumps ahead of time. He might be a piss to bed award. Bill O'Brien should have went for that. He should have went for that 4th and 1 in Foxborough on the road.
Yeah.
You going to put your defense right back out there?
What is just like Bruce Arians got scared last night.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
And that ain't Bruce. That ain't the Bruce I'm used to.
Nah.
So I don't know what the hell was up with that. But
Brandon Cooks had his first big game. 5 balls, 131 yards, 2 TDs. You watched that last play, that last touchdown. He was double covered, and I swear it seemed like that ball was floating. Why ain't nobody make a play on that ball?
I missed it, so I'm not sure. But if you're the Texans and you in the film room this week, how you let 5 balls, 131 yards off 5 balls?
Because that last ball, it was like it was floating to him. Double coverage, Jonathan Joseph and the safety. Brandon Cooks my size in the back of the end zone, and that ball floated over 2 dudes into his hand. Toe tap, game over.
Damn.
They should have won that game, man. They should have won that one. Do you know the type of momentum they would have had they won that game?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But we was talking the other day about the 49ers about you really don't play or root for more victories. But at the same token, you're looking for something positive to come out of a loss.
I was thinking about that.
Try to build on it, and you got a rookie quarterback on only his 3rd game, and usually Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia eat rookie quarterbacks alive. And for Deshaun Watson to come in there and not only hold his own, but put points on the board and do it consistently and do it without he did have 2 interceptions, but I think he did fairly well. That's something to hang your hat on.
But what we know about Deshaun over the last 2 years, he may bullshit you during the regular season, but when it's bright lights game on the line, he gonna ball.
Yeah, he's a winner.
They got something.
Yeah, he's a winner.
They got something. So we'll see where it goes with that. Lamar Miller,
he's still hanging on to his job. Looks like for maybe
hanging on right now. He hanging on, but you better not get no hamstring, brother. It's over.
Yeah.
Over.
It doesn't look like Deontay Foreman did too well this particular game. Not on the rushing side. I see he had 2 catches for 65 yards.
That's over 80 yards total offense compared to his 56.
Right, but I'm saying just looking at just the running.
Yeah.
8 carries, only 25 yards, so he wasn't too efficient running the ball. But the game before last, I think it was in Cincinnati that Houston played.
Yeah.
To me, he looked like the better back
He did.
in that particular game, and I expected him to get a few more carries than he did this week. So, we'll see going forward. But I think that job for Lamar Miller is on borrowed time.
Because New England had the ball 7 minutes less than them and won this game.
Yeah. I mean, had less. Houston won. They won the battle of first downs, total plays, time of possession, as you said.
Total yards.
Yeah, they outscored them by about 23 yards or so, 24 yards. Not bad. Too many penalties, 10 penalties. Only 60 yards, but what type of penalties were they?
Right. They had to be costly late in the game. Had to be.
If you had 10 of them, they were only 60 yards. First thing that comes to my mind is a whole lot of them third down holding calls on the secondary. They only 5 yards, but they automatic first.
Automatic first. Kept the drive alive.
Yep.
All right. Next game we got. This was I want to call this a no-show game. Because the Raiders, I don't even want to say they got off the plane Sunday. Well, they would have got there Saturday, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, give or take, yeah. Coming that far, they should have came. I would have came Friday.
Yeah. Let me go back to the score because I don't know it off the top of my head. The Redskins beat them 27-10.
Yeah.
It don't even seem like it was that close. And I watched the majority of that game.
I went to bed at halftime. I was like, man, the way this whole day has gone and the way this first half has gone, like, I'm not standing up watching this shit.
This one seems like the worst one, though.
I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to even talk about this damn game. Derek Carr, what the hell were you doing? 19 for 31, 118 yards with 2 stud receivers, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. You got sacked 4 times, and you have the worst QBR I've ever seen in my life, 3.5. What the fuck?
I'm gonna tell you what made me feel good doing these numbers. His QBR, his numbers was worse than Cam's. And Cam sucked on Sunday.
He got sacked more times. He got a higher sack number than his QBR. Marshawn Lynch only getting 6 carries for 18 yards. Now, this game was only 14-0 at halftime. No reason to abandon the run.
They were done at the half running the ball. They were done.
6 carries? That's what you brought him back from Oakland to come to Oakland for? That ain't going to fly. I bet you.
But did he seem too pressed behind them 6 carries?
Nah.
At all.
He did. Cooper and Crabtree, where were y'all at? Oh, I guess you can't get the ball unless Derek Carr throw it to you.
2 balls, 13 yards, 8 targets combined.
8 targets between the 2 of them. Your 2 starting receivers. Okay. But Jared Cook had 5 targets. Well, that's probably garbage time. Yeah, I don't have anything positive to say about the Raiders on this.
Nothing. And what do we always hear about the Raiders? We hear that their offensive line is a strength.
Yeah.
They didn't show up at all Sunday.
Not at all. I mean, they had Chris Thompson. Chris Thompson had an excellent game.
A scat back can't bust your ass like that, cuz.
I mean, Vernon Davis looked like the Vernon Davis from the 49ers in 05, 06. It's, I wonder, and I would like to think that people's brains and things can function and multitask. Do you think these – I hate to go back to it, and we don't have to go in depth to it, but do you think the protests and all this shit that was going on yesterday played any part in these teams' psyche of how they ended up coming out playing? Because it seems like some of the teams that were that the media made the biggest deal about their particular protest played like shit. The Raiders, they were the first, or not really the first, but an all-black African-American, all-black line, offensive line.
Yeah.
The Steelers staying in the locker room. They played like shit. It just seemed like maybe yesterday everybody was just off kilter with everything was going on. The Ravens played like shit because they see Ray Lewis down there knelt on 2 knees. Why was he on both knees? But
that's your man.
It's just
what?
Something was off about yesterday.
I got one last thing on this game. We can get off this shit because it was a dumpster fire. These games right here on Sunday nights, These be the games to get Kirk Cousins paid. He didn't look good the first 2 weeks, but then he turn around and ball like this against the Raiders. They ain't got no damn choice but to pay him.
Yeah.
And it could be funny money all day long. It could be funny money.
Oh, wow. I didn't even see these numbers. Yeah, hold on. I got to read these off. Wow. Okay.
You talking about them team stats?
What?
Right.
Okay. Raiders had 7 first downs to the Redskins 18. Total plays, Redskins 65 to 48. Total yards, Redskins 472. Raiders 128. Yes, 128 total yards, passing and rushing for the entire game. Redskins had 10 penalties for 77 yards, and the Raiders only had 4. Didn't matter. Time of possession. Redskins had the ball 38 minutes to 21.
That third down stat, though.
0 for 11 on third downs for the Raiders.
You ain't going to win that way, people.
This tape right here, Jack Del Rio, don't even bother showing this tape in film study. Y'all know y'all played like shit. Y'all know y'all didn't come to play. Ball it, trash that tape, burn that shit, and just get back out on the field and go to next week. Nothing's good.
I got a question for you.
Damn tape there.
I got a question for you. What you think about Amari Cooper?
I think he's good, but I don't think he is as good as he was hyped up to be coming out.
Bingo. Yes. If you're looking at a 1, I'd say Crab is the 1 on that team.
Oh, yeah. You can see that probably about midway through last year.
Yeah.
And, I didn't expect Amari Cooper's hands to be as suspect as they have turned out to be, his first couple of years. He's got the drop seats for real.
Yeah.
So, he's looking like a good compliment number 2. He's still going to have his games when he's going to beast. But, yeah, to me, Crab is clearly the 1 receiver.
All day. All right, we got the Monday night game, the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals. Hey, man, I think last night was the first time I can honestly say I was a believer in Dak. Dak looked good last night, man.
Yeah.
I think I wanted to see more like last year, but last night, Dak looked good.
Yeah, I can see it from Dak as far as just mentally, like the poise standpoint. I think we could always see that in him. Now we was waiting for the play and everything, execution and big moments and all that to come into play. And last night, the way that game started, it looked like Arizona was about to get in their ass.
Yeah.
And it seemed like maybe like midway through the second quarter, so Dak was like, you know what? Y'all ride with me. And he just kind of he put his stamp on it. He took that game over. Because the Cowboys, they weren't running the ball like we used to the Cowboys running the last couple of years. They weren't really doing that.
They didn't get that all year. But let me ask you this, though. Tell me, over the last 2 years, what the fuck is going on with Arizona? It's like they used to have a solid defense. You weren't going to do this to them years ago.
They got rid of some guys. They didn't pay others. To me, Arizona's defense is, I ain't gonna say 2 people, but you got a Tyrann Mathieu and Patrick Peterson.
Well, you can say 3 because Chandler Jones is solid.
Right. I think at a couple of positions you got upper echelon talent, and it kind of masks the rest of it that may be average or below.
Right.
So for a good portion, I'm not sure if they are still running that this season or not. But they had Tony Jefferson. Well, no, they probably not running because Tony Jefferson's in Baltimore. He's in
Baltimore now, yeah.
They had him, basically, he's a safety. They had him playing basically linebacker.
So you're right. They lost him and Calais Campbell's down there eating in Jacksonville getting sacks. So
this was a couple years ago, but Dockett somewhere probably buying a panda or a zebra or something. So
okay,
some of them guys, they don't have them no more.
We had another game where Dez Bryant got shut down. He had a touchdown.
And that was a beast touchdown. Yeah,
that was a beast. I mean, they've been talking about it on the radio all day long. Once he gets the ball in his hands, he's all right. But you got to get it to his hands.
Yeah.
If Dez don't get separation.
Nah. And even on the touchdown, he was running a crossing route and just kind of sat down in the middle of the zone.
Yeah, he broke off the route, came back.
Yeah. I heard someone say it this morning, so I can't take credit for it, but I agree with it. They said Dez is slowly becoming a more athletic Anquan Bolden.
That's it.
All right, that's pretty good. You know, that's a pretty good analogy.
But damn, cuz he ain't been in the league that long. Anquan Bolden he's 75 years old. He could probably still get you 60 balls.
Yeah. So there's now some of it has to fall on the shoulders of offensive coordinator. I know we talked last week. We thought Jason Garrett was calling plays, but it's Scott Linehan, right?
Scott Linehan, yeah.
They got to do some other things as far as getting Dez the ball. They got to move him around.
Right.
You know, they got to do something to free him up. So,
now they moved him around yesterday. It looked like he wasn't strictly on the outside, but
he was in witness protection. It was funny on the play call that Mike Tirico that did the play call as Dez was crossing the goal line or whoever it was. No, it wasn't Mike Tirico. I forget the other guy's name. Sean something.
Yeah.
He was like, Dez Bryant out of witness protection, touchdown. Because I think I tweeted it. Yeah, you tweeted it or texted you a little bit before that. It's like, yeah, because like, is Dez at your house?
Yeah, you asked was he at the crib. But if he get the ball in his hands, he's all right. But they done paid him at this point. They done paid him. So
yeah, what can you do?
Dallas' defense looked good last night. Lawrence, that DN
Timmons
looked good last night.
They have 3 or 4 sacks, I believe. Is it on here?
I ain't put the total. Well, Carson Palmer got sacked 6 times.
Right.
But I didn't put Lawrence's total.
I think Timmons had at least 3 of them. He had maybe 4. So
that right tackle that Arizona was running out there, he's ass.
Yeah, he couldn't hold him at all. He was getting washed
at all. Larry Fitzgerald is he all right. Well, you know, I think he's younger than us because we're old. 13 balls, 149 yards, a TD off 15 targets. If a dude 34 is getting 15 targets, what that say about your young boys?
We knew that secondary is gonna have some problems. And I'm trying to figure out if you were to look at just these numbers, and you probably like, okay, Arizona won the game.
Dak only threw the ball 18 times.
Yeah, I mean they only had 45 total plays. Arizona won the time of possession 36-23.
They ain't do shit.
They had the ball 13 more minutes and scored 9 less points.
They lost the penalty battle. No turnovers for either team, and you lost that damn game.
At home. So
let me ask you this before we get off that game. Why didn't they kick that field goal early and go for the onside?
Now, when they first crossed over the 50, I know John Gruden was calling for it, but I still would have pressed on because you still had enough time to go ahead and try to score a touchdown. But now, once they got inside, like, you know, the 10, the 15, or the 10, and it was clear that they weren't going to get in.
Take the 3.
You know, you got to keep the game alive at that point. And then going forward on the 4th down was really the most appalling thing. Like, why are you going forward on 4th? You got to have a score. So, you know, if you don't get on the 4th down, game over. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's go to our Power 5 rankings for the week. I'll run through my previous, and I'm going to give you my new for this week.
All right.
Last week I had Kansas City, Atlanta, Denver, Oakland, and Detroit as my Power 5 teams for the week. This week I got Kansas City, Atlanta, New England, Green Bay, and I'm going to go ahead and put Dallas in there as my Power 5 teams. What you got?
All right, so last week I had Atlanta at the top of my list, followed by Kansas City, Oakland, the Patriots, and Green Bay Packers rounding out my top 5. This week, Atlanta's still on top at number 1. Kansas City still at 2. Got New England bumping up to the 3 spot. Even though Green Bay's kind of struggled, won a close game against a lesser opponent, just by default almost, I'm going to go ahead and bump them up to 4. In my top 5, I'm going to put Denver in the top 5. Don't ask me why, because they lost. But out of the teams that lost, out of the teams that lost between them, Detroit, and I'm trying to think who was the other team I had in consideration at that spot. It may have been Dallas. Yeah. Well,
maybe my problem is I'm giving this Arizona defense too much credit. Is that a problem? Because it seems like I'm getting caught out there with them.
Well, what you mean?
because I bumped Detroit into the top 5 last week because they beat Arizona. Dallas, I put them in because they beat them. That defense ain't what it was. So maybe I'm valuing that defense too much.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because I'm going off of the games played. Dallas beat Arizona and they beat the Giants. The Giants got a solid defense. Arizona really don't. So their 2 wins, you can really say one's off a good defense, the other one's not. So I need to look at that going forward because.
So where did you have? I guess before this week,
I had Detroit up there because they was undefeated at 2-0. They had to fall.
Right. Okay. So I guess in between, let me see, who you do not have. So between like Green Bay, Dallas, and Denver, last week, how did you look at them?
Well, I moved Green Bay up because, of course, they was at 2-1. They were at 1-1 last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved them up. They got a solid win at home. They should have lost that game Sunday. They should have lost that game. New England was already creeping. That's 2 impressive wins in a row. Atlanta and Kansas City, we got them flip-flop, as far as our rankings. But it made sense to put Dallas there. I couldn't really think of anybody else at 2-1 I wanted there. So I went with them. I didn't like that Denver loss. I didn't like Trevor Siemian didn't look good Sunday. But I should have expected that because traveling cross country to play that early game, it don't normally go well.
Right. So I think this top 5, we both got pretty much 1 through 4 same teams. It's just a matter of us having Atlanta, Kansas City flip-flop.
Yeah.
And then, that 15, I could have somebody different next week. I had, so you never know.
Yeah.
Oakland worked their way back in there. Oakland, Philly, Detroit, Dallas, Denver, all kind of right there together.
They are.
So we're gonna see all these next couple of weeks who separates themselves.
All right, let me run through my champs and chumps real quick. I got the Redskins defense as a champ.
Okay.
They showed out. I got Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott balled people. I became somewhat of a believer last night. And Jacoby Brissett, he looked good. Even though he's playing Cleveland, he looked good. That kind of – if he plays like that, that kind of buys Andrew Luck another 2 weeks, maybe 3. The 3 weeks they need for him to get healthy because that division has not gotten away from them. And my chumps, that boy 45 is my number 1 chump. The Seahawks defense. Y'all doing a whole lot of woofing right now, but I need to see it. And number 3, I got 2 people. I got Rick Pitino and Bruce Pearl. I put them on there as chumps because of this NCAA shit because I know they're going to come out there lying talking about they don't know. You know. So I'm going to give you a chump before you come out and say you don't know.
All right, cool.
What you got, Shawty?
All right, so for my champs this week, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars looking like a football team this week.
Savages.
Maybe y'all should. They got a whole lot of savages, as Jalen Ramsey say. And beat the brakes off of the Ravens. Maybe they need to play all 8 games in London. My second champ, the New York Jets. Here we are thinking they're gonna go 0-16, and not only did they win a game, but they won a game pretty convincingly over a team in the Miami Dolphins that some people have as a fringe playoff team.
I ain't drank that Kool-Aid yet.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Jets, man, getting your first victory. My last champ, Carson Wentz. Not for his stat line or anything, but I'm not sure if you heard right before the kicker went out, that rookie kicker went out and kicked that 61-yard field goal to win the game. Carson Wentz told him, "You make this kick, I'll give you my game check," which came up to about $32,000. So
he won.
Yeah. So shout out to Carson Wentz and say, hey, I think the kicker's only on like a deal, but like 460-some thousand, I think they said. So he could probably use the extra $30,000.
Bro, let me be a kicker for 400 racks. Let me be a kicker.
Kicking my ass off. So for my chumps, just as I gave the Jags a champ, chumps got to be what they played. The Ravens. Unacceptable performance, and I'm going to leave it at that. My second chump, not really a chump, it's just more It just sucks. So you got to go out like this more than likely. But Darren Sproles, breaking his arm and tearing his ACL on the same damn play. That's got to suck. And due to his age, who knows if we see him back on the football field again.
He old as hell, ain't he?
He's like 34, 35.
He might be done.
So, good career if that is the last that we see of him. But right. I got a good feeling that he'll be back. My last chump, we touched on it earlier. But anybody still focused on the method of protesting versus what is trying to be protested and changed, you get my chump this week. At this point, conversation is kind of getting tiresome. It's getting redundant. It's like banging your head against the wall. You can see what you want to see. And if you don't, you don't. So that's it. But I'm just tired of the false narrative of it, these guys disrespecting the flag in the military. I'm just kind of sick of that.
All right, let me get your Piss the Bed award for the week and your Savage of the week.
I forgot about that particular section. Piss the Bed award. Go ahead, I'll make up one real quick. You go ahead and get yours.
All right, my Piss the Bed goes to the Cincinnati Bengals. That win Sunday could have turned their whole season around. It would have gave them something to build on. They was up, basically 3.5 quarters of that game? Pretty much.
Give it to
on the road. You got to finish that. But Marvin Lewis and Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton looked good. I guess the difference in the offensive coordinator made a difference. Joe Mixon, they finally started using him because they finally come to the understanding that Jeremy Hill is washed. But maybe they have something to build on. And I mentioned it earlier, Bill O'Brien. You got to go for that 4th and 1. He's on the road. Make a statement. Be bold. Do it. My Savage of the week. This was actually my first game watching him. I was at a bar Saturday. Saquon Barkley, 28 carries, 211 yards, and a TD. They're running back from Penn State. He looked good, man. He looked good. I keep hearing that he's one of the best ones to come out over the last couple of years. We're going to see. But he balled Saturday.
Okay. All right, so my Piss the Bed award, and I had to just look up the score to make sure I'm quoting it right. But after kept hearing all this hype last week, man, Oklahoma State, it can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Their offense is that, and got their ass taken on by TCU on their own field. So they get my Piss the Bed award for the week, and my Savage award for the week. I'm going to go with that group of savages, man. Them Jacksonville Jaguars on defense. Them young boys went over there to London, man. And, hey, man, they did their thing over there, man. They did their thing.
That shit was over like first quarter.
Because Mercedes Lewis got 3 touchdowns.
Have we heard his name in like the last 3 years, give or take?
I'm thinking 4 or 5. Yeah, so that was my Piss the Bed and Savage awards for the week on the fly.
All right, let's run this last call down so we can get up out of here. Last call seems to trend towards basketball during this time of year, but the NBA is pretty lit right now. So, all right, Dwayne Wade, right before we went on the air, agreed to sign with the Cavaliers. He put up 18 points, 5 boards, 4 assists with the Bulls last year, and they weren't that good. I put on the our sheet of the week the roster for the Cavs. They're pretty damn deep. Do they have a chance? Because I'm pretty sure this team is going to win the East. They got a chance against Golden State.
You always got a chance. Anytime you got multiple Hall of Famers on your team, you got a chance. Cleveland had a chance, last year. No matter how small or slim that chance was, they did have a chance. So, yeah, they're going to have a chance. The difference, I think, is going to be the bench. Cleveland's going to be a little bit deeper, I think, this go around. But at the same token, man, it's still going to be hard. It's still going to be hard to beat that juggernaut over there in Golden State.
Because they bench could probably win 35 games in the East.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you this. What's up with your boy LeBron calling Kyrie a kid multiple times in that his interview yesterday?
I didn't listen to it, so I'm not sure. I can't. I mean, I can read it, but
I just didn't care for it. It seemed like more of that passive aggressive stuff. If I hit the game winning shot, I'm 25 years old, and you just constantly the kid.
I mean, now that I do get that, but at the same token, it could be in response to, how Kyrie been out here doing his interviews and saying, and saying his shit. So
I believe it was.
Yeah.
I believe it was. They should have just fought. They should have just locked up and got it over with.
Yeah, but the whole kid comment, just reading it and based on what how you telling me it went. Matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, he kept talking about not wanting to be sunned. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's LeBron's way of still trying to sun him.
So, ain't nobody going for that shit.
They're gonna have to settle it on that 94 feet of hardwood.
Well, I still don't think Boston's team is remotely better than Cleveland, but we're gonna see. If y'all banking on Al Horford, bless y'all hearts. All right, I'm gonna ask you a few questions so we can get up out of here. Who hates 45 more? Steve Kerr, LeBron, or Pop?
It's not Steve Kerr. At least not based on what I've seen. Not him. Well, no, I'll take that back. He said he did have some interviews last year.
He's been talking shit for a year.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put him over Pop. And LeBron with basically calling him a bum.
That was funny.
It was not only was it funny, but I was kind of surprised because we just talked about him with the passive aggressive comments toward Kyrie. That's not direct. Is not usually his MO.
It's really not.
So I was a little surprised by that. But Pop, I think it's gonna be Pop. Pop don't like that cat.
I agree. All right.
I don't like that cat.
Question number 2 before we ride up out of here. You got the hat on. Who's the biggest villain this year going into the season? Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving?
Oh, it's gonna be Kyrie.
You think so?
It's gonna be Kyrie. I mean, it seems like it switches like every year. It was LeBron.
That was a dope question you asked earlier. I ain't even think about that.
No, because at one point, you go back even further than that. It was Kobe. Kobe, then it was LeBron. Melo had a little hate in there. KD most recently. Now I think it's Kyrie's turn. Only difference is, is how's Kyrie gonna react to it? Because those are all. I'm not gonna go there because Kyrie is a star in his own regard. He ain't a superstar, but so how is he going to respond to that? But he gonna be the biggest villain out of those two this year because he's gonna have the most on his shoulder. Yeah, he got Gordon Hayward there, but Gordon Hayward.
I'm scared of him.
He good. Don't get me wrong, but
I'm looking forward to Jay Crowder on him opening night.
Gonna lock him in his own rib cage.
Did I miss any villains? I covered them all. I can't think of a third one.
I mean, in this NBA, everybody, saying so friendly and shit, it's hard to even try to pick one anyway. And those are only two that I can come to mind right now because basketball ain't really on the brain outside of these major things that are going on. So I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head.
All right, last question so we can get up out this piece. Over under 56 wins for Oklahoma City. What you got?
They can get to 60.
You saying 60?
They can get to 60.
I should have pulled it up. I want to say Russell won 52 last year. Give or take.
Yeah, I'm going to say over. Home court advantage.
Okay.
No less than a 3 seed.
Bet.
Less.
Bet. You got anything else for the people?
Nah, it looks like that is a wrap. Let's see. So, We got what we got? So did they say how much Dwayne Wade signed for? Because I'm moving kind of
2.3.
How much?
2.3.
Oh, that ain't even the full mid level.
Right. So I mean, he pretty much he didn't leave the full 8, but he left 6.
Right. I thought he would have took the whole mid level. Okay. All right.
But they've been paying suckers this summer, so that's all they had left.
Yeah. Shit, by him doing that, maybe they might not have to get rid of Sean.
I don't know. I try to move. I mean, you look at that lineup. I mean, what other big man they got?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. They're gonna have to do something because for the amount of money that he makes, and he's probably gonna be begged on the bench a good bit.
Sure.
So yeah, you probably got to move him. But we appreciate y'all, man, for joining us as always on the Spreaker platform. Don't forget to tap that heart, tap that star, give us some love there. We appreciate it. Also, don't forget to go to the AA Sportscast YouTube channel. Watch, like, hit that subscribe button. It's right down there. Go ahead and tap that. Watch and share that with your friends as well. We appreciate any comments and feedback that y'all want to give us on either one of those platforms. Shout out to all the new subscribers. We appreciate y'all following us. Again, also, you can always reach us on any of the social media platforms. That's IG, Facebook, and Twitter at AA Sportscast. Tell them what to hit you up individually.
Every K6000, holla at me. I talk sports.
There it is. You can find myself at Diego Barish. So until Thursday, we come in before the Thursday night game and drop them Week 4 picks, man. We want to appreciate y'all again. Shout out to the Urban Arena crew. We'll holler at y'all later, man. It's AA Sports. Straight sports, baby. No chasers. We're going to be out. Till Thursday. Peace.